There's so many lyrics, man. The lyrics in this album are just... It's like... Iowa's even worse. I haven't really listened to anything else that they put out after that.
I never really listened to Iowa either.
Iowa's amazing. Iowa's like... It was closer...
That's the one with 555-666.
Yeah, and Disaster Pieces, and People Equal Shit is a really good one on that one. But it's like this album, but it's like 10 times heavier, if that makes any sense. Cause they're both produced by Russ Robinson, I believe.
Save it.
I think...
Tell him to save it.
It's recording.
Oh, it's recording?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I figured
nice.
you just edit it out.
Oh, you're good. Because
So-
that's good information. So they're both produced by...
This is the third episode where we find out that the album has been produced by Ross Robinson.
Ross Robinson, that's it.
Oh, it's the same one as the
Really?
last
He
one.
did Limp Bizkit?
Yes, he did $3 Billy on.
No shit. Word. So yeah.
I listened to this album.
I don't know. This could. I was thinking about this. I've heard this as a sample from Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
With that lady saying something?
No, this is what happened in real life. Actually, is that they like the newscast or something. I mean, there's so many rumors. That's what I'm saying. Like I've always heard that it was about him, that he wrote all this stuff while he was in prison.
So here we are, a new Metal Brunch. Hello, I'm Bret Crow. We got Daniel Forster with me and also Allie Puckett. Yay.
Hello.
Bret Crow.
Today we have already eaten brunch, steak and eggs, and now Slipknot. Slipknot's first album from 1999, as close to the original release as we could possibly get to, with the original songs and purity. Daniel knows apparently a lot about Slipknot, so we're going to be listening to him talk for a little while.
Well,
This album,
Go ahead.
was my first exposure of it was through, I guess, Ozfest.
yeah,
You know,
mine too.
the albums
Mine
and
too.
live stuff.
My
But a buddy had shown it to me because he was also like hip, like he had a big family, so he had 3 brothers and a sister, 2 sisters.
Yeah.
So, but the brothers were also musicians, so they kept up with like the metal scene and stuff like that. So, our first concert that we had went to, that I had gone to, was Gwar. So then I started getting more of that, and then I found he had showed me Slipknot, and I got to go see Slipknot on when it was Mudvayne and Slipknot.
2001.
Yeah, something like that. One
Yeah,
of those.
my brother went. He had a shirt,
Nice.
and it was them, and there was OTEP was there, I believe, and I don't know if it was Black Sabbath. I think it's still Ozzy. Was it? Black Sabbath.
The one I saw was in Houston. It was just them. It was at the International Ballroom, or as we called it, the Eyeball, in Houston.
I first got into Slipknot when I was listening to Korn and ICP when I was in middle school, and then Slipknot came out, and I went and saw them at the Tattoo Year Tour in 2004. Mudvayne was there, opening. That's the right one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've seen Mudvayne. I haven't seen Slipknot.
And Mushroom Head
Slipknot was
there.
super dope, especially on.
Yeah.
It was. I saw them on this album tour, so it was like fresh, really cool.
They did a lot
The
of
DJ
great-
jumped into the crowd and hit me in the head. And
Yeah, it was awesome.
Like,
the
I've heard
drummers were all like on hydraulic
Yeah.
things and like going up and down, and like there was all kinds of pyrotechnics.
Well, the drum
It's pretty
solo
great.
that he did was like.
oh yeah, he's a monster.
Who did that first? I think it was the. I don't know, maybe the police or something. I don't know. Somebody did that there where they went upside down. But I got
Tommy Lee.
Yeah, Tommy Lee.
A Motley Crue, yeah.
Tommy Lee did that.
Totally. And then now the latest person is Blink-182 guy. What's his name?
He does the thing. The strapping
Yes,
in.
too, yeah.
Strapping in like a rocket man.
Blink-182 drummer.
What's his name?
Travis
Travis
Oh,
Barker.
yeah.
Travis Barker.
Travis Barker. Yeah.
Bob Barker's
Bob Barker.
nephew. No, I'm just playing. I don't know. That'd be-
The price is wrong. Damn it, son, the price is wrong.
The whole thing I think is shit.
I got into him in East Texas for this dude, right? Alright, and this is so There was the
Eyeless? The song? Eyeless?
Yeah, so there was the Al Pacino sample. That's the only other sample that I know of. And the song we just heard. And then I heard that they were on tour on the West Coast, and they met a homeless guy that was blind, and had a sign that said, "You can't see California without Marlon Brando's eyes."
And who said that on the homeless guy's sign that he was flying?
Yeah, he was flying a sign, and that's what it said.
Interesting.
That's just awesome. It's crazy. It's like...
And lots of homeless people out there do fly some pretty random...
Especially
random
in Austin. That's what I was talking to somebody the other day. In Austin, it's like a competition because they said something about... They knew that they were just going to give them money to go drink or whatever, you know. And you're like, well... If they're flying a sign that says, like, I need fuel for my spaceship in Austin...
I'll definitely give them $1.
They sit at the lights in Austin and have, like, competitions to say the funniest shit, really. And it's pretty cool.
I don't know.
But
he's talking really soft.
Yeah, maybe.
It's okay.
Breakdown.
We can all hear it, right? That's the main thing. Because I can boost it later. That's what I'm going to do.
Well, breakdowns like this, they do these, like... It's all like drop D stuff with the 7-string guitars, you know? So it's like drop D, I guess. Or C.
Drop C, for sure.
Drop C.
I'm pretty sure.
That's what I always saw on the tabs.
That's what I hear when I hear with my ear.
Yeah. Like that.
But I think, I'm not completely sure. I haven't double checked this. But I think they may use 7 strings as well.
I know one of them did. I think one of them played a Warlock.
The dude that has the black mask and the long black hair, who's like super tall and looks like Super Shredder.
Yeah.
I think he might play a regular guitar, and then the other guy with the white mask.
Yeah, that's one of them's Mick Taylor. And Jim Root. That's Jim Root. Mick Taylor's the other guy. All right, so the members of the band. That's an important thing here. They're numbered 0 to 9. 0. All right, so the personnel they had was 2 DJs, 2 auxiliary percussion players. One of them just apparently ran out in the crowd and punched people. All right.
He definitely did that.
And then they had 2 guitar players, a bass, a drummer, and the singer. So can you name all those people?
All of their actual names? No.
No, just they're either or.
No,
what you knew, because that was really important with them. Is
no, I know Clown was an auxiliary percussion dude. The guy with the long nose, I don't remember his name. It's probably something stupid like Pinocchio or something.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know his name either. That's the guy.
There was the other DJ guy that had like the fishbowl thing with the
spikes,
pinheads coming out.
So that wasn't. I don't know who that was. I was just like.
I don't think anybody. He's like.
Yeah.
He like just hangs out with the band. He like showed up with the mask. Like,
what up?
You're on in 5 minutes. Like, what?
And then there's Sid. That's the other DJ. He's the one with the gas mask.
Oh man, they look weird. He looks
like makeup on.
Oh yeah. So that was another thing is that you buy these hit parade
How to see their
fake magazines where they're like Slipknot unmasked,
Sure.
but that's the name of the title, right?
This song was very popular for nu metal.
Yeah,
when it came
definitely.
out. This was
Well, they
this
also-
was the one.
But they also did like the 2 versions, like the pussy singing version, and then like the cool version that has the singing, or the screaming. Like this was always my favorite version because
I never knew that. I never noticed that.
yeah, there is a separate version that like for radio and TV and whatever. Like I don't know about the music video, but he sings like and does like put like a rough timbre.
No, I've
to
heard it. I've heard it. I just didn't. I never really thought about it. I always get this one mixed up with the one that was in Resident Evil.
Which one was in Resident Evil?
It was on iOS. It was for the movie. The movie that came out. I did the song for it.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's not one of my favorite. The first two. I mean, it's good. Yeah, it's there. It was definitely. It's like the single, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't it?
For Iowa?
Yeah. No, for this.
Oh, for the.
I mean,
this Wait and Bleed was. Yeah. This one was definitely, and also, what's that? Yeah, Spit It Out too. Mainly, Wait and Bleed was the one that blew up on MTV back in the day because they had a really good, they had a really cool video.
That's what I know. I think this is probably the first song I heard by Slipknot, and it was on MTV or something.
Because I downloaded it on Napster. So
yeah, I downloaded all of it on Napster after that, for sure. And I bought all kinds of stuff. And like the guy that I was dating at the time, we went to that concert in 2004, and he had like the jumpsuit and stuff.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
There were people that like went around this time, like while I was still going to the Texas Renaissance Festival near Houston. Like people would show up in the Slipknot costumes.
Yeah,
and
I
walk
mean that's
around.
what like he had like the,
but at the Renaissance
official
Festival
looking jumpsuit that they would wear.
Oh, yeah, my buddy
we like painted our faces up and like.
My buddy tried to get like some of those made, like painted and stuff. Like get a gray jumpsuit and then spray paint the logo and stuff on it or whatever.
I had my hair in a lot of different braids. I remember that.
So,
and I had some crazy face paint
like
going
Coolio?
on. Yeah, like the top braids all over, and I was wearing black kickwear jeans and some tiny ass black tank top.
I always listened to the music, but I was never cool enough to dress new metal.
Oh man, I was
My mom
very
wouldn't let me,
goth.
man.
I had the bangles
bracelets.
and bracelets all the way up to my elbows on both arms.
Dude, that was the thing. Just a little bit.
Dyed my hair black since I was 13.
Did the colors have meaning too, like they do nowadays?
I just put as many as I could on my arms at the time, honestly.
I don't know if they did
stacked them up.
I just had black ones.
I had a lot of black and silver, and then I had some that were like rainbow sparkly.
But what about the visor?
The visor.
You know, like that was a new metal thing.
The visor was like a Korn new metal thing or something. Do you remember that?
She had the spiky blonde tips and the upside down,
do you remember
upside out visor.
That animated picture of them, and like one of their members had like the visor and the spiky hair, and like I remember my sister had a visor like that, and then she would wear these big ass pants that were like bright orange.
Right? I still have Jinkos.
Hey, they're bringing back Jinkos now. So.
Yeah, they're not the same though. They're not the same company. They changed. They changed.
Oh, they're Mexican Jinkos.
They're Mexican Jinkos. No, they're not. No, they just stopped making big pants. I don't know.
Parachute pants.
Yeah.
Well, the pant trend went from like big flared out to like tighter and tighter.
So tight.
This is the first Slipknot song I ever heard.
Surfacing?
Yeah, that I got on Napster because I grew up in East Texas, and when I got to high school.
Did you get like Metal Edge magazine or anything like that and look through those and find new bands and stuff? Yeah. Well, yeah. I was always about Metal Edge because I was way into death metal. Way into death metal.
See, I didn't know anything about metal because I stopped listening to metal. I listened to Jimi Hendrix and
after I started smoking a lot of weed, I stopped listening to this kind of stuff as much.
Yeah.
I started listening to really like chill and like music and like all kinds of genres rather than just like heavy shit. Because I was pretty stuck on heavy stuff for a good chunk of
violent stuff. It's
my early teen years.
Like it's like Tool. Like it's like Tool, Enema, but like 10 times worse, I think. I don't know. It's just like...
It is a lot more aggressive.
As far as the lyrical content is just like... I think that was what set them apart, really. Marilyn Manson was doing stuff like had done that before. But, I don't know. I had never heard anything... Because South Park came out around the same time, too, right?
97.
97. And all of a sudden, it's like we were kids, and then there were cuss words. And
yeah.
It was awesome. like, fuck this.
There was a definite transition at that
Fuck
point, and
this.
I remember listening to Marilyn Manson before I listened to Slipknot
Oh yeah,
as well.
I just didn't
I
like
remember
Marilyn
the
Manson.
I had
music,
gotten
the music
the-
video to "Beautiful People" when I was like 9 years old, and I was like, oh my
I had gotten
God.
the cassette to Antichrist Superstar when I was 13, and it was a big deal because that was like when you had to be 18 because of the sticker on the front.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
to actually go in and get it from the record store.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would just steal stuff near those.
The Reagan years, man.
It wasn't even Reagan years, man. That was Clinton.
It's a lot easier to steal them back then.
I guess.
I don't
Well, that's
do
how
that.
Frank
I don't
Zappa-
steal
Frank Zappa
music
started
now,
all
but
that
you know,
stuff.
when you're like
Or fought all that
12
stuff.
years
Nancy
old,
Reagan
it doesn't even matter.
started it. But yeah, I was in a Slipknot cover band. It was the worst band in the world. That didn't know what was going on.
Like how to play their instruments and stuff.
yeah, like, just seriously, I'll play guitar. Like, somebody that had never played guitar before was just like, I'll do it. Because I had to play drums. But we were able to do like a couple of songs like okay. It wasn't that bad, but like stuff like this that's not. I didn't even have a double.
We would
bass
always
pedal.
screw around and like we'll like, oh, let's play the new metal song, and it's just like a dumb jam that we're like, but then
Well,
like you make fun of it so often that you throw it into the set anyway.
Well, drop
because
D,
it's-
man, drop D stuff.
It's
Like,
a fun song.
Well, you know what's so good about like layered music like this, that they have so many members in their band, is that like it's
Yeah,
it
like
is
that.
it's just
This is
so
all
so
electronic.
layered that it sounds chaotic, but it also flows really nicely. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like they have it layered very nicely.
yeah,
And
they
it's
can,
kind of rapid.
they can do these. They can do these breakdowns. Yeah, you know, electronic breakdowns, fast heavy metal, and then like rap.
And I
rock.
mean that's kind of like equivalent to your
the-
dubstep
in the s-
drop or something now. What's out?
Definitely.
It's just like there's a build up, a build up,
Yeah.
a build up, and then it's just like
The
back
metal
into
breakdown
the
or whatever you want to call it, it's huge. That was a precursor to the dubstep drop.
Dude, this drum fill at the end of this is fucking insane. It's crazy. Like, man, he's like, you know, tool this, tool that, but dude,
Oh,
he's,
Danny Carey.
yeah, he's the sickest drummer like I ever heard growing up. I really liked the drummer from Dave Matthews. I liked him a lot, just from a musical perspective. The guitar
Oh,
stuff.
absolutely.
The guitar stuff
love
didn't even
Dave
make
Matthews.
sense. It was
I
just like the guitar stuff was just like it was really strange. It was like, you know, I'll drop D and shit.
Mhm.
And I mean, I learned so much from like just playing like, you know, like some diminished stuff real low, bending notes, and
Mhm.
drop D, all that stuff.
Let's see, we need to know what some songs are called.
Filler. I don't know. I think, man, see, that's why I think it's called Despise on the other release, not.
Oh, the demo version.
Yeah, I don't know if it's on this one. Did you get this one? Or did you get it on this one?
This is the '99 release.
Yeah, it's on there. It's at the end. But Joe's just like quick, dude. Like with his double bass. shit.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, it's like Vinnie Paul. There's a guy from Slayer.
Oh, Dave Lombardo.
Yeah.
So
I never listened to Mike Portnoy.
Mike Portnoy.
Mike Portnoy. But and then there was yeah, Denny Carey. And that's about
Tim Alexander from Primus is
yeah.
definitely up there for sure.
It's just like I guess Lars Ulrich too. Lars Ulrich.
Sure. Yeah, you metal.
I mean, just for
Oh,
metal
good drummers,
just metal drummers.
He gets a
He gets a
participation trophy.
but super heavy. Just and the drum mix. Another thing is like, how did he get that sound? Is that like him actually screaming?
Joey Jordison?
No, Corey Taylor.
Oh, on the timbre of his vocals?
Yeah, like that sounds like it's a filter edit.
Like that right there is a filter.
And super compressed.
But he definitely has a unique timbre to his scream. Like it's very articulate and clear, with also the necessary raspiness to compare it to other metal screaming.
What track are we on?
The one after Spit It Out.
Tattered and Torn. Okay, so next is Me Inside.
Should be.
This one's cool. Yeah, this one's... It's almost like that blast beat, but he doesn't hit the snare drum every measure. Mm-hmm.
This album's pretty short. The songs are pretty short. The last one is 19 minutes, but it's...
Yeah, that's the one Dan was saying that they're watching a porno or something.
Yeah.
They are. It's
Yeah, so that track is like 19 minutes long. That's what makes the album longer, you know. But the rest of all the songs on this album are like just a little over 2 minutes long each, really, for the most part.
Yeah.
There's one that's like 5 minutes, and the rest of them are 2 minutes, 3 minutes long, you know. Scissors is 8 minutes.
Yeah, man. So like
I like how they work riffs, because they do the two guitar thing where they're doing like the back and forth call and response with like the weird.
Yeah, like surfacing
riffs.
isn't one guitar player. Surfacing is two guitar players. One of them bends the note, the other one does the squiggles. And you can't. Yeah, so it's really like atonal and weird. And
but it's an atonality that they worked on, so they're working within their tonality that they chose for the song. So they're using similar notes and chords and like dissonant patterns that would be like within the riffs.
Yeah, a lot of flat fives. That's what I learned really, is like how to drop D and then play like the flat five position with the octave and the
Once I had started learning Mr. Bungle riffs, because they would do that too, but it's like you do an octave with the flat five, just those riffs like jan 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 jan, like as a power chord that has a flat five.
Yeah.
Just like that sort of shape.
I see what you're saying.
But like using that, a lot of metal bands took that and used it, because you'll hear it in Korn, you'll hear it in like a lot of these riffs as well, just like for that distant. It's a very powerful thing to use because it's also like a power chord as well. Yeah. The power chord itself is dense.
Yeah.
Whenever it has a lot of distortion, but you lower that.
A lot of tension.
You lower that fifth, it just adds that like extra vibration to the distance of the chord, and makes it like way super heavy. And it's transitional, like you can use that.
Liberate my madness.
Bananas.
Liberate
bananas.
The drum breakdown in this is pretty sweet.
Totally.
And yeah, they're well rehearsed. I mean, everything I saw of Disaster Pieces, the DVD they did, I've been playing in London, which I always thought it was in the States until recently. No, they say London. I don't know why, but all these rumors, man. That's what. You know, what they
Dude, that's what really builds up the hype about the band, because you hear like all this kind of crazy shit, and also they're wearing costumes and masks, so you never see their real face.
And you hear stories like and you see on that DVD.
People say that they did like crazy shit at their concerts and stuff, and then
they would
everybody wants to go to the concerts.
They would throw up and rub it on themselves, and performance art to the max.
That's how they like hyped up like Manson too.
It's like Guar.
Well,
Guar actually does that.
Yeah. Well, you know what? When I saw Marilyn Manson in concert, he pissed in a cup and threw it on the crowd.
I've heard that too.
He did.
I've heard all this shit about the third or the
I
sixth.
saw him do that.
He had ribs or had ribs removed.
Of course,
Yeah.
there was that
That's what it was.
going
He had
around
his
for a
ribs
long
removed.
time.
I remember that in junior high. For sure.
South Park making fun of us.
But yeah, I was like one of the concerts I was actually ended up being glad that I wasn't in the pit at because he peed in a cup and threw it all over everybody.
That sounds great.
But that was an awesome, dude. It was an awesome concert.
I paid $70 to
he
do
was.
that.
I think I paid close to $100 to go to that concert. No joke. But it was like, it was dope. But he was on some kind of hydraulic thing too that took him up in the air, like way up high, and he was wearing like a police hat and like bondage stuff and like in this cone thing that. Oh man.
Yeah,
That
well,
was insane.
that's what I heard too. Is that from my brother is that the extra drums were on hydraulics.
Yeah. For Slipknot.
Yeah.
For
Yeah, when I
Slipknot,
saw them, they were on hydraulics. Like
Not the main
the
drum of the.
trash
Yeah.
barrel looking drums that they played were on hydraulics and they were moving up
Kegs
and
and
down.
stuff.
Yeah, and kegs, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Disaster Pieces, which is that DVD in London. The drummer his whole kit's on hydraulics, and he does do that.
That upside down thing?
Yeah, he does the upside down and he's strapped in. It's pretty crazy.
Huh.
But my favorite stuff of their drummer, alright, which is Joey. So that's them. Is that weird Spike? Joey Zero. I think that weird Spikehead guy's one. Maybe Sid's one. And then there's Mick Taylor and Jim Root, which are the guitar players. And that's Sid has a gas mask. Mick Taylor has the weird metal face. And Jim Root's the other guitar player that doesn't have so much of a metal face.
Like the red outline around the eyes. And...
Yeah. Well, Mick Taylor's the big tall one. It's like that knight in Game of Thrones. That's what I think every time I see it. But then there's Corey Taylor, the vocalist. There's the Pig, who's the bass player. And there's the Clown. There's the guy with the Richard Nixon mask that has the big dildo on Pinocchio King.
Was that a Richard Nixon mask?
I think it was.
Like converted?
I think that's.
Because it has
Yeah,
the...
because there was the Richard Nixon Pinocchio mask. So, because the whole thing, the whole Watergate thing. It's horrible. Many people died.
No one
Oh
died.
wait, no, that was Vietnam.
That was Vietnam.
Oh, it's good. Not much, man.
Listening to Slipknot for New Metal Brunch.
Yeah. And then there was the drummer, who was my favorite person musically, really, man. It was like, I was already into music at that time. I played drums since I was like, that was the first instrument I learned how to play. So since I was like 7, I played drums. I'd never heard, like I was into Pantera, but Pantera didn't really do stuff like this that was that fast.
There were some specific songs where they had like the fast blast beat stuff, but
Yeah.
Slipknot was heavier.
Yeah, blast beat stuff, man. Just being able to do 16th notes with your feet while you're doing other stuff with your hands is pretty fucking hard, man. I still can't do it. Like, I can do really cool fills, but I can't just, like, hold it solid.
Yeah, that shit. That's like Fear Factory, man. That guy is like super, like, really precise with his double bass stuff.
Well, homie,
And like super fast with it.
yeah. Little Brian, there's just, you can do so much like it fills when you're like throwing like, 260 notes or like right before you do it. It's just, or in between each fill. That's how it works. You can kind of do it with one pedal, but you can't do it right. Some people can. I can't. I don't know. You can straight 16ths with like one foot. It's pretty crazy.
Heavy filter on the boat.
Heavy filter.
Sound like you're in a fishbowl.
Their videos are pretty awesome too. Their videos were like the one of the riding to the house on a tricycle and shit.
Oh yeah. like the Shining video.
The Shining. Yeah. That was cool. And so then there's this other rumor, right? Where and you would see this poster and you'd see a number and a barcode, which I always thought that would be a cool tattoo to do, but not because of Slipknot, just a barcode in general. On your forehead.
Your forehead. People were doing that scene like at the base of the skull.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, base of the skull and on their wrist.
I thought the wrist one would be fucking awesome, but I didn't see it anywhere.
It's supposed to be like a mark of the devil.
Really?
That's what I've heard.
No
It's
shit.
like, you know, they can just scan you.
What? No shit.
When people get the barcode tattooed on them.
They can just scan you. What the hell?
Well, I mean, like,
Is that the mark of the devil?
basically, like, okay, so in Revelations in the Bible, people that remain on Earth have the mark of the beast. Otherwise, they can't purchase anything. This is the way this is interpreted. I mean, it's all like, who knows what it is? You know what I mean? But like, basically, if you don't have this mark, you can't go to the grocery store and get food for your family. You know what I mean? Like, you have to turn over to the dark side.
You guys praise Donald Trump.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
That's cool, man.
Revelations gets deep.
it really does, and I don't know if
Revelations
you've ever
gets
actually
deep.
read it before, but I have
I
read
parts
the
of it.
entire book of Revelations.
Subreddit.
Actually, I've read it probably
song.
like
You know
5
what's
times.
This is
scarier
new.
than all of that?
This is new.
Because he's rap.
When Saul's on the
Because he
roof
does have the
and
hip hop elements, but
Yeah.
but it's still like super heavy.
It's pretty. It gets pretty
He
crazy.
just has some really tight drum fills. My drummer buddy, most of my things that revolve around Slipknot revolve around my best friend at the time, who was also my drummer that was jamming with me. Grew up with this guy. He just like, anytime that he like went, he liked a band, he like went full out, got everything that he could memorabilia wise, or like, but he like got Joey Jordison's snare to get that snare sound.
Yeah.
What did he play?
I don't,
What kind of
I don't,
snare?
fucking- I don't know. It had the S on the side.
Right.
It was weird, like some Tama shit. I don't know.
Tama.
Tama,
You got a Mazda?
Mazda,
Is it Tama? Or is it Tama?
Tama.
Tomato.
Let's call the
Tama.
whole thing off.
Man. But you could find these clips of him playing like on YouTube that weren't in Slipknot. You could just only play on Nate Feed Killer Pete, their first album.
Is there a video of that?
Yeah, there's just video of him fucking around in the studio, and it shows weird. That really shows what, like, how good of a drummer he is. He's fucking. He was like in college and basically went to state there. It was a really good documentary too that came out where they aren't wearing masks. That part's always fun, dude. And that's why having a DJ,
Yeah.
they're able to.
Well, one that actually can lend their ear to this type of music and know when to add stuff and to add it tastefully.
Totally.
Because they're like, you jam with like, you go to the open jam, right? And everybody like, okay, we're gonna start this jam, and then everybody's just all riffs on the top of each other. No one's like letting it build and letting it like fall into place or anything. Everybody's just like, not listening, not trying to build that.
Totally. And well,
So it's nice to have a DJ that can actually
in the studio. You
add
can
those
really,
little nuances that make
Yeah.
that new metal sing.
No. You can, but it's the hip hop element too.
Did you ever like put these albums on and like mow the yard?
Yeah.
I played Ultima Online
I would because it was.
I played Ultima on.
and listened to Slipknot.
saying?
What's this song?
It'd be so funny if you had met my buddy Danny through there, because that was like what he did, like after school, like all night. He would leave it to where like his person would like hack at a wall.
Oh yeah,
and
dude! I would
gain
leave mine macroing in the cypress forest, and I had like this badass armor, and so nothing could kill me. And I had a mace in one hand, and I was like a grandmaster mace fighter, and I had an axe in the other hand, and I'm like sat there macroing cypress wood like all night. And if something came up, it would like automatically go into attack mode and kill it, and like you could make so much money off of cypress. Dude, if you went in the cypress forest, that's where all the bad guys are, you know.
You have to be careful and not die.
Yeah, but like once you have your character built up that much, you're kind of like you just don't die. Like my character was so strong that I could go anywhere I wanted and get loot anything. I robbed banks and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Super nerdy.
That's what you do.
That is what I did. Ultima Online. It was like the ultimate
You create a
role-playing game.
You create a character, and then you go and do stuff and become a good person at whatever it is you want to attribute: archery, masonry.
Mm-hmm.
You could even like
Alchemy.
be a wizard.
I didn't. I don't.
Oh man, that was
That
the
was a
shit back
solid
in the
game.
day.
That was a solid game. You had to pay like a monthly thing to play it. And
There was
stuff.
free servers. I played on free servers.
What? I would. I had like a 30-minute bus ride to school every morning. 45 minutes. It was crazy.
My mom would get so mad at me. I would stay up all night on the computer. All night.
I
It'd be
got-
like
I
7
got
a.m.
banned
and
from-
she gets up and I'm like on the computer.
I got banned from the game because I made a really offensive character and was doing some really stupid stuff.
I had a character that got put in jail in the game and I never got it out. It was like one that I had done with alchemy and I was doing some crazy shit. And what I was doing was like helping my mace character with my alchemy character and like leaving stuff places and like making things and like kind of cheating or whatever at the game.
Well, yeah, you just couldn't get caught because that was the hacking of the game.
But I was doing some shady shit with some guild with that alchemy character and I got jailed and they never really took me out of jail and I was like, whatever, burn it. You know? My strongest one was the other one.
When did GTA come out?
Original GTA, or like you talking
Not
about when it was
original.
like GTA 3?
When was GTA 3?
GTA 3 was probably late 90s, definitely. Because that was PS2. Whenever PS2 came out, was when that was much bigger. Plus Vice City.
Yeah. Well, not like I don't mean like Nintendo GTA, but yeah. I think I was listening to this and playing GTA 3. Yeah. Yeah, just the lyrics, man. I real like I told you, I thought it was.
I always loved the interstitial noise moments.
Yeah.
It's like static.
Well,
or
it's still
like,
the bass line is well written out, but then they're doing like all this noodly bullshit over the top of it,
Yeah,
and it's well worked out. Like it's really cool.
yeah, that's kind of what I was saying earlier. It sounds really chaotic, but at the same time, it all flows together pretty well. Like, still works.
Yeah. Especially for that large of a group.
Yeah, it's pieced together really well for such a large group.
What time is that? No, I mean, what time is this?
The music. Yeah.
Is it 9? Everyone's back to full.
So only yeah,
That's
a good-
dope.
That's a good.
I never noticed that. This must be one of those. I don't think I've heard
Well, that was more like a shuffle kind of thing because it was like yeah, there it is. Because if you count it like count the hi hat.
It's in 10. Oh, yeah. So 5. Yeah, shit like
That's
this.
free shit.
Well, that's awesome. I learned so much. You know.
I really like the dropout in music. Like we talked about that last week with the Korn album, and there was like heavy dropouts, and it comes back in.
Yeah.
Just makes it so much more intensified.
Yeah. And they're like dubstep.
And a clean cutoff.
And tension and
It's always
release.
nice.
You know, just tension and release.
Love a good clean cutoff.
I do. I really do. Sounds
Thank
good.
you.
Oh yeah, this was a popular one. And now a
But
featured
yeah.
performance by the keg player.
Yeah, he banged on kegs. What do you have, like 10 panties or some shit? Yeah, like actual drums. Were they quads?
They were like those like octo things, you know, like just little side drums. Maybe like what's that Latin drum that they have? Some of the
Three?
timbales.
Timbales? Yeah, those are timbales.
Because they had a bunch of trash shit, and then they would just throw it all over the place, and then they'd pick it up and play.
Yeah. I bet their shows were fucking crazy, man. That's what I've always
Dude,
heard.
that was one of the most fun shows I've ever been to. I'm not gonna
Their
lie.
shows
That
were
shit was so
very
good.
super awesome.
It was really awesome. I was pretty young too. I was a senior in high school when I went. It was 04. So yeah. That
Yeah,
was
I
so.
graduated-
That was lit.
I graduated in 05. I got into them in 9th grade, and then I just continued to listen to them. I was like, you know, that's like, especially learning music. That's the best way to go. It's just like,
I mean, was that 04 when I saw them?
I saw them in
I feel
2000.
like that was in 2001 when I saw them.
it probably was.
2001
'cause that
was
was
when
the big
Chick
one.
Because
That's
when
your
Mudvayne,
year.
it was when
Yeah.
Mudvayne first came out.
Yeah, that was 2001.
And I'm not really sure what that concert was called
was
then,
2001.
but it was like a
was
all-day festival too.
Ozfest.
It wasn't Ozfest.
Really?
I don't think. Well, you know what? It might have been because I've been to like 3 Ozfests, and I'm gonna be honest. Like all of those concerts really run together in
Was
my
it
head.
Rockfest? No. I think
So,
that was like 96.
Sepultura was there.
Yeah.
Mudvayne was there.
That sounds like Tattooed Ear.
I know it was. But that was
Tattoo Year?
in 2004, wasn't it? Or was that in 01?
That was in 01 because I got mono.
Okay. It was in 01. That's when I saw them, and it was Tattoo the Air Tour. I thought it was Tattoo the Air Tour. Lots of things have happened since then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Even like metal guitar sounds. Like I never really got into Slayer. Everybody was into Metallica. I didn't like Metallica that much.
Yeah.
And Korn, Korn wasn't that.
Listened to a couple of things. I really only liked Master of Puppets when it came to Metallica.
Yeah. I liked a lot of Metallica. I liked Load. I liked the Black
I like
Album.
Reload too. I know
Yeah.
that album gets a lot of shit, but I actually really like that album. I don't care.
That's when it started going more iffy. But I thought Load was a lot closer to the Black Album.
I remember when I was listening to Metallica, I was playing Doom on my PC. I was like 13 years old.
Yeah.
That was like a pretty transition part of my life, like into like heavier stuff. And
Well, I mean, I grew up playing guitar, and that's what I was saying. Is like my niece, you know, she's, you know, she didn't get into music until she was like 12, 13. My nephew's like the same way. Now he's in band, but it doesn't seem like the music is as interesting to them as it was to our
yeah, when you
generation.
grow up with it, I've
And I'm
I've
sure
really
that's
tried
good.
to expose
Yeah.
my daughter to music since she was born. You know, she's pretty into it. Like she can play a little bit on the ukulele. She was playing the keyboard earlier, and she's about to start playing trumpet in school. You know, she's always been able to keep a beat, which is really awesome. But I grew up listening to music too. Like when I was really young, my mom always had the radio in the house,
Yeah.
always on, cooking and listening to the radio. We listened to music all the time. We didn't watch a whole lot of TV. We would watch Saturday morning cartoons and stuff, you know. But like, This is before anybody had any kind of, or people did have satellite back then. We didn't have satellite. I had some friends that had it, but it was like a luxury kind of thing at that
point. That's definitely one thing that changed music is cable TV.
Yeah.
And satellite. I agree.
Yeah, we didn't have that growing up. So.
Christian webcam. That's what it was. I was thinking about that the other day. Christian dating and Christian webcams.
Webcams?
Yeah. Like, what's that?
Christian webcams?
Yeah. What's
What do they pray together?
Yes.
Can you pray softer?
Like, what's? Oh man. That's
is this scissors, or was that only one?
Oh man.
Only one of us walks again.
But I always heard that it was written. The lyrics were written while he was in prison, and then I learned today on Wikipedia. See, that's the thing is now you can fact check this shit. Back then, you didn't know what the hell was going on. I was like, you didn't know if it was real. We got some magazines, and we saw some stuff on TV, and all was better. And we had the internet, but there was definitely like, I don't know. Rumors were spread pretty easily.
About musical things?
Yeah, about musical people.
Yeah.
I mean, Kurt Cobain, doing the whole thing and being an icon and like a symbol for the generation. And then I don't know, the music got a lot heavier after that. And it was okay to be like super heavy after that.
After he passed away?
Yeah. I think. That's kind of how I feel about it. Yeah.
I don't know. There was pretty heavy. There was a rhythmic change because the music that was super heavy, like from '93 and back, was all based on punk rhythms. The 180. Not even like.
Oh, I mean,
Pantera wouldn't even really do. Well, they changed up the rhythm too, but most of the metal things were like.
Yeah, that's
just that punk rhythm.
Yeah.
A lot of the things, because just like, and tunings too, because they didn't go lower than E. It was, like E was still like.
Yeah, and that's
cool. You could still write cool death metal riffs in E, like in standard tuning.
Yeah, and that's kind of the blast beat stuff too. Yeah.
Sure, but I mean, like drop D and drop C were really like way out there. One of the heaviest bands, like Mortician, which is like a duo sort of death metal group. That is just like they tuned to like drop A.
Yeah, Jesus.
And unintelligible lyrics. It just
yeah, that.
I never got into Lamb of
God. I didn't either.
Lamb of God was alright.
I couldn't.
I didn't listen. I didn't like Lamb of God, and I didn't like Cannibal Corpse. And they were pretty big at the same time that all of this was, like Slipknot and stuff. Maybe a little before. I'm not really sure, honestly, because I didn't really listen to them much. But it was always a little too much for me.
Yeah.
It's like on the scary side of things.
Yeah.
Like, and I listen to Slipknot, and I listen to Cold Chamber, and I listen to Kitty, and I listen to Static X, and fucking Powerman 5000, and all that kind of stuff. And it was all really heavy, and Rob Zombie, and all that shit, and like. Listen to all of that through middle school and high school.
I think that was Scissors.
That was Scissors.
But
that's it?
No, we still got the Eeyore song coming up.
Oh shit!
So we can fill in the space.
Can I smoke a cigarette?
Right. What? No, we gotta.
You guys think for 19 minutes?
Yeah. Well, not 19 minutes. More like maybe 12.
Really? Man.
Well, we gotta talk about. I mean, we don't have to listen to Eeyore. We can talk about Eeyore and what it is. It's a slow song. They listen to porno later.
They listen to porno. Eeyore's it's a super slow song, right? Yeah, I remember.
I think
that
so.
one.
But that's good. We can call it that. That's a good solid episode.
If we're gonna be, I mean, you're right.
it's a pretty solid episode. It is Labor Day weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We got cookouts to attend.
We had steak and eggs and Slipknot. That's what this episode's called. Steak and eggs and Slipknot.
Maggot steak and
Maggot steak and Slipknot.
slip eggs.
For all those maggots out there, from us to you,
Doo-doo.
we appreciate you.
Doo-doo.
We'll see you next time. Enjoy New Metal Brunch. Yay.
Bye.